The real damn, that light's kinda crap, you know. The real reason Po is the chosen one. If you haven't seen Kung Fu Panda yet, click off the video right now. I don't care. Okay, for the watch time right now. You need to see this movie, but you delete. Just go watch it. Alright, it's a banging movie. It's actually a banging trilogy, so you should watch it. I also was eating some cake. Tastes like Oz. That's probably the worst thing about being a reaction channel. You gotta be ready for every kind of video. Look, I made tea, bruh. This shit finna be cold in a couple of seconds. So let's just react to this video real quick. Alright, 3, 2, 1, let's get it, bro.
Pandas, man.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love pandas?
Some psychopaths.
They're already legendary for their sneezes and their reactions to sneezes, but they also love slides, playing in leaves, and eating 10 to 14 hours every day. I mean, I'm not necessarily one for spirit animals, but that panda lifestyle sounds awfully relatable to me. But you know who doesn't love pandas? A surprising number of naturalists and economists who write articles with not so cuddly titles like "Why I Hate Pandas and You Should Too," and "Humans should stop meddling with pandas and let them die."
What the fuck?
And pandas aren't cute, they're death-loving oxygen thieves. Yikes. I mean, sure, we do spend a lot of conservation money on animals that seem uninterested in mating for the survival of their own species, but ask yourself this: if we let pandas die, who is gonna become the dragon warrior to save all of China? Yeah, now you see how important pandas are.
Facts. Ooh. Dun, 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 dun. I need to chill. Alright, no war on that. Where's Spider-Man? Spider-Man came out. I'm low. My brain's not working properly. Dun, 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 dun.
Hello, Internet.
Welcome to Film Theory, the show
that studies martial arts footage in super slow motion to make sure that everyone is, in fact, kung fu fighting, rather than, like, you know, judo fighting or capoeira fighting or Krav Maga fighting. Dear viewer, if you've been on the cinematic journey that I call Film Theory for more than a few episodes, you already know my would-be creepy if it weren't my job-level obsession with kids' movies.
Yep,
but now it's even less creepy because I've got myself a toddler, and I can spend quality time with my son watching something that we can both enjoy, well, bonus, still getting my work done on the side. Multitasking for the win.
Yeah.
Our most recent father-son feature,
Kung
Fu Panda. My son loved the movie, but as any of you who've ever been around a toddler know, little kids are proto-theorists who ask a lot of questions. Luckily, his questions so far have been pretty simple. What's that? A panda. What's he doing? Kung Fu. Boom! Nailing it. But as he gets older, those questions are going to start to get more sophisticated. How is the panda such a good fighter? Why did Oogway choose Po to be the dragon warrior?
Don't ask questions, bro. I'll smack you in the jaw.
To literally anyone else. Why do all the animals have themselves creepy human teeth? Reasonable questions all, future version of my son. And while I can't answer the third one, today I do want to cover the first two. Why is Po, of all the animals, the dragon warrior?
Look at him, bro. He's dragon warrior material.
That it never really gets that solid of an explanation in the movie. In a fictional world where there's already plenty of other highly skilled and trained warriors, what makes this random panda the chosen one? Oh, there's a reason, and that reason is getting this thing in the Chinese theater so it can make boatloads of cash in what's become the most important theatrical market in the world. But the cynical realities of filmmaking aside, I do believe that there's also a reason in-universe for why Po is the perfect candidate above and beyond everyone else.
Why is that?
It's not what you'd expect. So shove as many dumplings in your mouth as you can and rest those comment fingers of fury. We're jump kicking into the world of Kung Fu Panda. Skadoosh. When Master Oogway determines that Po is in fact the dragon warrior, a mythical hero he foretold would one day save the valley and gain limitless power, most of the other characters were skeptical that Po could possibly be a great warrior for one main reason: his body type. They're not exactly subtle about it either.
Fat shaming, bruh.
This fat butt. In this ridiculous belly.
Now, this kind of stuff was probably my least favorite part of Kung Fu Panda, because it's perpetuating some negative stereotypes about bodies that just flat out aren't true. The idea that you have to have yourself six-pack abs in order to be a good athlete or a good fighter isn't just biased, it's actually scientifically inaccurate. And no, I'm not just talking about sumo wrestlers here. For instance, in 2019, the heavyweight boxing champion of the world was this guy, Anthony Joshua, and he faced off against this guy, Anthony Ruiz Jr. Anthony Joshua looks like what we've been conditioned to to think that an elite athlete should look like.
It's fine,
and Andy
bro.
Ruiz doesn't. But since I'm bringing this up, you probably know how this story is going to end. Ruiz knocked Joshua down 4 times throughout the fight, ultimately winning by TKO. That's technical.
Basically, yeah, Anthony Joshua was like, look at this fat cunt. Should I fight him? No. Let me just let him beat me up. That's what happens. Because that rematch, and he beat him.
For those of you who've
So?
never played Punch-Out before. Sure, they had themselves a rematch that Anthony Joshua won by decision, but Andy Ruiz has 33 wins in the ring and only 2 defeats as a professional boxer. So it's not like he's some nobody who just threw one lucky punch. Sports nutritionist Dr. Mayer Renchorda said after
The
the fight that
thickness increases
Ruiz's
power
additional
punch.
mass was actually working to his advantage. And that's simple physics. Since force is mass times acceleration,
Yeah,
more
you know.
mass behind the
Of
punch
course, times by the kinetic energy of my mom.
is
What?
also not the only
I don't know
elite
that, man.
fighter with this sort of body type. This is Daniel Cormier, one of only a handful of mixed martial artists ever to hold the championship in multiple different weight classes. Serena Williams has faced all sorts of criticisms about her body, mainly that she's too muscular to play tennis, which, let's be real, you're too muscular to be an athlete is probably one of the dumbest of dumb takes, but go figure, she's almost undoubtedly the greatest women's tennis player in history.
Facts.
We could do this all day. The point is that
It's your
looking
body,
at
you can do
someone's
anything you
body
want to
shape
it.
tells you nothing about their physical skill, their flexibility, strength, speed, balance, or any other attribute that actually matters in athletic performance. Can
But-
Poe be the Dragon Warrior despite not having washboard abs and giant biceps? Of course he can. And in terms of how much strength he can put behind his strikes, his weight may actually be acting as an advantage. There's also an argument to be made
But
that
he's
Poe's
slower.
body type makes him a better warrior, not just because he can inflict more damage,
Can
but
take
also
in.
because he can absorb more
Ah, of
damage.
course.
Apparently pandas fall out of trees all the time, and according to zookeepers, don't usually get injured as much as they get embarrassed. Just when I thought pandas couldn't get any more relatable. Anyway, science suggests
Bro, they
that
actually
their
get
added body
embarrassed.
fat
That's-
might be helping them
that sounds
avoid
weird.
injury when this happens.
Eek.
A
Ooh,
2003
cracked his
study
neck.
found that higher levels of subcutaneous fat
Jesus, my
quote,
eyes.
was associated with significantly decreased injury for people in car accidents. A study from Leeds Beckett University also
Leeds right here.
demonstrated that overweight
Didn't I say that though?
individuals had a higher pressure
Bro,
pain
I said that.
tolerance than
I said that if you're fat, yeah, you can take more punches because you got more energy, you more like area to take the punch. You feel me? No? Okay.
those whose body mass indexes were in the normal range. And this isn't just me randomly applying real-world science to a fictional movie, we see it actively play out in the films. In Kung Fu Panda 2, Ho takes a blast from Lord Shen's cannon at nearly point-blank range, and he manages to survive it because it hits him in his more cushioned midsection. And in the original
Exactly.
Kung Fu Panda, the Snow Leopard Tai Lung's special attack looks like it affects his opponent's nerves as he uses it to
you can't
paralyze
hit-
the Furious
you
Five.
can't hit
But
him.
Poe is immune to that attack in his final battle, and instead of being paralyzed by it, he just gets tickled. Given Mantis' difficulty finding Poe's pressure points earlier in the movie due to his rotund physique, it appears that carrying a few more LBSs
Facts.
is Poe's secret offensive and
Moment to run.
defensive weapon. But MatPat, aren't pandas super low energy and lazy? Wouldn't that make Poe a terrible fighter? Oh yes, the letter to the editor that we seem to get every episode. It's true
Facts.
that normal pandas have low metabolic rates and are seen as relatively slow-moving and lazy, but Poe isn't a normal panda.
Fact, he's a
See,
Kung Fu
the main
Panda,
reason
bruh.
that pandas have such slow metabolisms is that their diets are horribly inefficient. Pandas have short digestive tracts,
Yeah.
which is perfect
Of
for
course.
eating meat. But instead, they spend 10 plus hours per day eating bamboo to get their nutritional needs.
Why?
And then, because they can't digest it all that well, they have to poop about 40 times a day. You heard that
Oh
right,
my-
40 batches of panda pellets per day. Sherman
40
really
batches
should have
of
been using
shit
pandas on all
on the
those ad
freaking floor.
campaigns. But on a more chemical level, it means that pandas have extremely low levels of the hormone tyrosine, which regulates thyroid function and things like energy usage. But you'll notice that Poe's
Doesn't eat.
diet isn't bamboo. It's,
Facts,
well,
dumplings.
everything else. Especially
Dumplings, yep.
dumplings and bean buns and tofu. All the things that Mr. Ping serves. And wouldn't you know it, meat, soybeans, and other legumes are all the foods that are highest in tyrosine. So it's likely that Poe is eating a diet that both will make him much more energetic than the normal panda,
Yeah.
while also saving him time on chewing wood
this
and
is why
clogging
he's
his
made
septic
for it,
tank.
bruh.
Maybe that diet is just what we needed to turn an ordinary panda into a martial arts master. So that's all well and good. Poe's body
I won't
type
be
is
surprised if I
actually
see a
helping
man
him
getting
attack
his
with
ass
more
whooped by a
force
panda
and
now.
cushion blows more easily. His special diet is making him more energetic than your average panda. But still, why didn't Oogway just choose one of the Furious Five as a dragon warrior? I mean, this one has always bugged me since, you know,
Why?
they were all seasoned kung fu experts to begin with, and Poe was not. So I did some digging and realized that while yes, they all
Yeah.
knew kung fu, they didn't know the right kind of kung fu.
What do you mean?
See, calling kung fu only one thing is like saying basketball and water polo are the same sport because in both you're trying to throw a ball into a net. There are a ton of different styles of kung fu, including the Shaolin animal styles. What are 5 of the most common animal styles?
Tiger.
Provided you're not including In-N-Out secret menu.
But it's
I
all
bet
the
you can
animals in the
guess.
thing.
Tiger,
Yep.
monkey, crane,
Yes.
snake, and mantis. Just like we see in the
Of course.
movie.
See,
Bet you
they
were
did that
wondering why
knowledge.
there was a random mantis as part of the team.
Facts.
Well, now you know. It's a dedicated style of kung fu. Each of these styles is used by its corresponding member of the Furious Five, but none of them in particular use another common animal style, the dragon style. Now, there's no such thing as panda style in the real world, but Po actually has some instincts that would help him utilize that dragon style most effectively. One of the defining elements of dragon style kung fu is the dragon step, which moves in this unconventional zigzag kind of dance. And before
Facts.
Po receives any training,
Ow,
his
I forgot
instinct
about
is to
that.
use, as he calls them, his crazy feet. Given that the dragon style is in many ways a mashup of techniques from all the other animal styles,
Yeah.
Po is in a great position to learn it because we know he's been a super fan of the Furious Five since the
So he's
beginning.
just using
He's
all the
been
moves.
studying / practicing their techniques in his bedroom since day one. It's one of the first things that we know about him. Each member of the Furious Five can have their own specialization.
But he has a mix
by
of
learning
them.
from all of them, Po is laying the groundwork to become the Dragon Warrior master
Facts.
without ever realizing it. In fact, Oogway kind of tells us this at the end of Kung Fu Panda 3, that his vision for the Dragon Warrior was someone who could serve as a sort of connecting point.
On the first day we met, I saw the future of Kung Fu. And the past, I saw the panda who could unite them both. That is why
Yeah.
I chose you, Po.
Of course.
Both sides of the yin and yang.
Oogway already knew from his own experience that pandas had the ability
Well,
to
when
master
this happened,
chi,
when he got the little
spiritual
cape, yeah, he
elements
looked-
of Kung Fu, but his mention of yin
That
and
sounded
yang
really
here
gay.
is relevant. Even though Oogway's impression of Po is that he's a buffoon who just crash landed in front of him, he sees the opposing side that is Po's potential. That's why when Oogway laid eyes on what appeared to be a clumsy, unassuming panda, he knew that inside was also a graceful and powerful
bro.
dragon. Unless when Oogway says that he saw both sides of the yin and yang, he means Po was black and white, and his fur made him literally look like a yin-yang sign.
Nah, it can't
Not
be.
the whole body shape thing and mastering different styles, and it's definitely not that
Nah,
thing.
it can't.
It was clearly the body shape and the diet and his super fandom of the Furious Five that made him the perfect Dragon Warrior. Oh, and also the whole make money in China
Yeah,
thing.
of course,
that
of course.
That one's actually probably the most important. But hey,
That's
that's just a theory.
A film theory.
And fun fact.
No, you're not gonna get that. If you guys enjoyed the video, you know, I'm not. What am I saying? Why am I just ending the video like this? I need you to say everything. I'm touching myself. This kind of feels nice. I need you to stop, bro. When I saw Po in the beginning, yeah, Kung Fu, I was like, this guy's about to be lit, alright? This guy's about to be some crazy bastard. And guess what? He is some crazy bastard, alright? He became the freaking warrior, my brother. The chosen one, my brother. Of course, because, you know, he explained it. He's fat, which means he's offensively and defensively amazing. And the one of the pressure points wouldn't work, because you can't find his pressure points because he's so freaking fat. I need to become fat now. Matter of fact, let me eat some more of this curry. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.